Hello and welcome to Conversations About Language Teaching. I am your co-host, Dr. Reed Riggs.
He, him.
He, him.
And I'm Dr. Diane Neubauer, the other co-host, and she, her, and we are honored to have as our guest today.
Oh, Dr. Ngan-Ha Ta, she, her.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and we are all actually in the same room, which is not always the case. So we're at the ACTFL convention in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we thought, hey, while we're actually physically in one place, we could physically record a podcast episode and be able to have Ngan involved in it, since you're not usually free at the same time. So we do this.
Yeah.
So,
My pleasure to be here today. Thanks for inviting me.
yeah. And do you mind if I just kind of
You lead. Yeah, you want to lead?
decide? Yeah, I think I just became the leader of this podcast episode. The topic that I wanted to talk about was partly to get the chance to talk to Ngan about not necessarily your personal experience with ACTFL Teacher Awards, but maybe some of the lessons you've learned from it. At ACTFL each year, ACTFL being the U.S. largest association for language teachers and language education, does all kinds of things, teacher training, all languages, including indigenous languages and ASL. The language we all teach is Mandarin Chinese. And so this is a large convention that happens annually. And at that convention, one of the big events to start it off is the award of the Teacher of the Year, which is based on 5 regions, which each had a regional award winner from each of 10 states, which each awarded one teacher per state annually an award. And I think sometimes when I first learned about these awards, I was unfamiliar with either the process. I figured maybe somebody from on high was like selecting people from out of the blue, just knowing them somehow, or maybe a principal suggested it or something like that. And learning about the process, I think, can be instructive because it's vastly different from that. And I think there are some things that I hear from people. I've never been an award winner like that, but I'm seated now in the room with 2. So, because Reed also is a Hawaii Teacher of the Year. Ngan was Hawaii Teacher of the Year, and then the Southwest Cult Teacher of the Year.
Southwest Cult stands for Southwest Conference on Language Teaching.
Yes. So it includes 10 states, I think, right? In the Southwest.
9? I think it's 9 states.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of from Texas to Hawaii.
Texas to Hawaii.
Like if you do a stripe across, then
Right,
you're going to catch them. Yeah. So
The process. You're wondering about the process, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of the things involved in preparing for that, how people are nominated. Do you self-nominate? Why would somebody want to pursue that? Who's qualified to even say, like, yeah, I think I want to run for this?
Yeah.
Right. You asked a few questions there, so I'm gonna do my best to answer them. But if I forget, please remind me.
Yeah.
Every state approaches it differently. The timeline. Hawaii, I feel like seems a bit longer because from the moment I was nominated by a HALT member, HALT is Hawaii Association Language Teachers. So I was nominated by a member back in early, like October of 2024. So I had a couple months to put together my portfolio, but I actually was nominated 2 times before. So I kind of just like used my same portfolio, but polished it a bit more and updated my letters of rec. It was a very tedious process to have the first draft ready to go. And then I won Hawaii Teacher of the Year in February of 2024.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
Yes.
And
So that's the vehicle in 2024 was when I won. And then
can I pause you a little bit there, because that in step 1 then it was a portfolio. Can you describe some of that, or is it better to go?
Oh, sure.
The
The portfolio process is very tedious. You have to get 3 letters of rec. Every region does it differently, depending on how many recs and where the recs who should write the letters of rec. Mine was from a former student, a current student, and like a supervisor. Yeah, so I had 3.
Interesting. So an in-school supervisor, somebody that sees you teaching, and then a current student and a past student.
Yeah, and you can also
Those are cool.
And this current student, was yours current student and a past student or parent?
Yeah, it could be a past student or parent.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I even forgot.
So Hawaii Associate Language Teacher models their selection process, models it after the SW Cult one. SW Cult models it after the ACTFL one, but there's slight differences on like the
Each one
details.
prepares you for the next.
And also the formatting is slightly different. So in addition to like letters of rec, we have to write our statement of purpose and like our kind of like a teaching philosophy, and also document our professional development, our CV, and what language learning means to you. I think that's part of the personal statement. And it was
About how long is the writing that you do?
About 2
so
pages.
about 1 or 2 pages for each of them.
Yeah. So a thorough statement,
A
but
very
not like a
thorough-
research paper. Or
Oh no,
something. Yeah.
not a research paper,
Oh, no.
but you have to really
Yeah.
dig deep.
Yeah,
into-
sometimes shorter is harder because you have to be concise and clear and really intentional with
Yeah.
whatever you say.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah. Right, and
Yeah. And then you're saying each state is different.
yeah.
So you would have to, if you're in the U.S. listening to this, you would have to check in your state. If
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
language
I think
teacher.
it's a portfolio more or less has the same content, but like in terms of the formatting might be different,
Mhm.
or the details or the specific instructions for some of the essays might vary.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
But a similar process
yeah.
where, did someone need to nominate you?
Oh no, you can self-nominate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody suggested that, like, how does that happen? Did that person tell you, hey, I think you're great?
Oh, just
should-
no. The person told me, "Hey, you've been nominated."
Okay, so somebody nominated
I
you.
didn't know who nominated me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, later on, I found out, but then somebody nominated.
and
me.
so you get told, okay, you've been nominated.
Mhm.
Are you accepting that nomination?
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you have this portfolio
Right,
to
right,
prepare.
right.
Okay.
So I have a-
These are not display questions. I do not know. So,
They could be. Interviews typically are display
know,
questions.
but we have not rehearsed this.
No, not at all. Did you feel like the preparation of the portfolio had any?
Do you need the mic?
Oh, sure.
No.
Yeah, take that mic. Did you feel like the preparation of the portfolio was any sort of challenge? And did it cause you to grow?
Absolutely, because you have to describe what projects you've done or what tasks you've done with your students that embodies ACTFL standards and the 3 modes of communication, and you have to dive deep on whether or not what you're asking your students to do really does align with standards. And even if you know they do, can you articulate it well? And so you have to think through what projects you've done that's valuable and that really provides students opportunity to apply what they've learned to like in the real world situations. And I think that whole reflection process of like reviewing all of what I've done in my teaching and selecting the few examples I wanted to share, that whole process evaluating helped me think like, oh, I could do more. I'm very proud of these, but really I could do more, and how I can improve it for the next iteration the following year. So, and again, I think I've been nominated 2 times before for before I finally won. So it was, I knew I wanted to update it each time, and every iteration, I felt like I knew myself better.
Mhm.
My personal statement vastly changed from the first time I was nominated to when I actually won. I wanted to make it more personal, and before it was a little bit more superficial. It was younger, but now like I have a clear sense of purpose. So I think like the self-reflection piece and knowing who I am and what my stances are and how I see the value of language has evolved as I matured in my career, and that was a really intentional process to think through how I've grown as a teacher. So I think if I were nominated again in like 10 years, it'll be a different layer. Yeah, so it was really cool to have my growth documented from this tedious process.
Yeah. Intensive, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And just pointing out, because if you do see this on YouTube, Ngan has the lays from folks at Hawaii Association of Language Teachers.
Yeah, it was so
who,
sweet.
When she was up as a finalist on stage a couple days ago,
Yeah.
Yesterday? Oh my goodness. I was just
2 days ago.
2 days?
No, yesterday.
It was just
Yesterday.
yesterday. See, this is like, we're in convention time zone, and
These are our convention badges.
yes,
If anybody,
we're intentionally
look at
wearing
them.
them so that we
That's
really look, you know, the
we're
thing.
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the convention time, you kind of just get sucked in, and it becomes this thing where it feels like we've been here for a month, right? And it's amazing. I've had a really good conference this time.
It's
I
been.
think my favorite so far.
Yeah.
But yes, so one of the things, of course, was the highlight of having your presentation up there and getting to see
Yeah.
you awarded.
Oh, thank you so much. It's truly an honor to be on stage with 4 other excellent teachers, phenomenal teachers who I feel are all so deserving of the award. So it's truly like a fun, great roller coaster ride. Did you guys want to know more about like from HALT to SW Cult?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I think I skipped that part.
interrupted that part. Yeah.
So after one HALT, I had a whole year to prepare my. Yeah, I had to wait a year to compete at SW Cult, and that was a really interesting experience because I was up against. I'm a little state in Hawaii, and SW Cult has like 2 of the biggest states. Like we have Texas and California, and they have a record of having lots of teachers who win. And my attitude was just do your best, Nan. And we had to prepare a speech this time. For the Hawaii one, you didn't have to prepare a policy speech. For the SW Cult one, you had to prepare a 5-minute speech-ish. And just rehearsing it, no notes.
Policy, you said.
A policy speech.
Language policy.
Language policy, how you're going to advocate for language education.
Within what context?
Oh,
Or is it that
you
way?
can interpret it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like what does language education mean to you and how you're going to advocate it? So you have to bring forth your
Gotcha.
story and what is your message you want to bring to the general audience who doesn't have a background in language instruction. So I had to really think deep about like what message I wanted to share.
Yeah.
Would your audience be mainly government people who could, provide funding or set new policies, or was it also just anybody else, like parents at schools and school administrators?
It could be all the above.
Okay.
Just general audience. So I had to avoid using jargon.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like policy in the broadest sense of like shaping public or, public being anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because within language advocacy, there's so many approaches to it,
Right.
It's so broad. Like, what is your specific message? What is your identity that you want to put forth in your speech? And so preparing for that was hard because I couldn't use notes, and I know delivery was a huge key in performing well. And so I had to work on like my public speaking skills and how I'm going to remember a 5-minute speech.
Yeah.
And
because now this kind of feels like it's moving from awarding something based on who you are as a teacher to now you're like, okay, well, will you be one who advocates for our whole field in a more public arena?
Yeah.
And so it's a very different kind of a...
And there was also a 30-minute interview process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In person at
in
the
person
conference?
at the SW Cult conference.
Yeah.
So it started with the interview and then ended with the speech.
Yeah.
So that was really nerve-wracking, and I just wanted to do my best, and I'm so honored to have won. Still a shock for me, but I remember being very emotional.
Yeah.
Was your policy speech the same at SW Cult compared to ACTFL?
Yes, it was the same. It was let's make multilingualism normal. Yeah, because that really was my upbringing, and I grew up in an immigrant community where everyone was bilingual. And so it was really odd to me when I moved to a different state, Colorado, where I was like, wow, like people thought I was really interesting and cool because I could speak in the language. And I'm like, what? This is just
3 by then, right?
Yeah, by then I could
and kind of 4?
Three fluently. My Spanish is intermediate low on a good day.
Well, I would count that.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'm teaching about like bilingualism and multilingualism in classes, and this is an aside, but one of my students who felt that, well, my French isn't good enough, I'm not bilingual. But then, like in talking about how people who are bilingual or multilingual use their languages in different contexts for different purposes. And sometimes one will be stronger for these areas of life, and one will be stronger for these areas, and one will be more limited, but it's not that it's not existent. And so I think it needs to be honored. So you have 4.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
You have used Spanish. Used it in Spain.
Yeah. I feel comfortable like reading.
Yeah, see,
Well,
that's,
that's-
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just in what other ways you might be more limited in some things, but yeah, what you're capable of in different languages.
Yeah.
I had a thought and now I've lost it. So keep going.
Oh yeah, do you guys want to know from?
I have a
Go
connection.
Yes, go for it.
Before, and that was that when I've heard people speak about going through the national board certification process, I think I got the word right.
Yeah.
National board.
NBCT.
Yeah. Yes. So the similar thing where there had to be a lot of reflection on standards, on what are you doing in language, how are you teaching, how are you able to articulate how you teach, and then this portfolio of examples of video.
Student work.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know if they have recommendation letters for that process, but I've heard it's an extremely enriching process to have gone through that level of reflection, and it made them a better teacher just for seeking to get it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, would you have a word of advice to someone who's like, either somebody nominated me, or what if somebody nominated, not me personally, but like listening to this? And can I just say too, it's really weird to like sit and be 3-dimensional with you in the room, because I'm used to like, oh, I'm about to cough, I need to mute myself. And yeah, my throat is weird and my voice is strange.
Oh, can you repeat your question? Like what recommendations I have for people who are interested in this?
Yeah, or thinking like, what would happen if I were nominated? Or like, what would I get from it if I don't think, maybe somebody doesn't think they're going to win or something, but what is the process itself of value for a teacher?
Yeah, it's I didn't think I was going to win. You know, I'm pretty sure Nate, who actually won, probably felt the same way.
Congratulate.
It was more like, oh, I got nominated, or you can self-nominate and say like, hey, I don't want to. For me, the driving factor is like, oh, people believed in me. And it's actually a really great reflective process, and it's a growth process for me. It's a professional development. Like, why not just go for it, you know, and just do your best. And one thing led to the next. And if people were interested, like I would think of it, everyone's really humble as teachers, you know. No one's going to go in and say,
folks who are,
I am here to like win. Maybe there are
critical.
folks out there, but I just feel like, you know, you just want to focus on one step at a time. And it's cool to read other people's recommendation letters about you, and you're like, oh, that's like really sweet. So I would say if you're interested in growing and going through that deep reflection process, you're going to grow as a teacher. So I say go for it, and then you have a collection of evidence. If it's not for a award process, maybe for another event or another situation that you can pull it out. It's a great documentation of what you've done. And sometimes when you feel kind of down, like, oh, you know, I didn't have a good class, you can look back at the documentation of like all of your accomplishments. It's a reminder that you've done a lot, and these recommendations of your boss and your students who really do believe in you. So it's a way to it's a reminder of your purpose and that you are enough.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. And I think too, if you are job seeking, you'd have this really clear, concise way of saying, here's who I am, here's some pieces of evidence that show what I'm doing.
And also at the state level, at least for Hawaii, if you don't win state of Hawaii, like myself, like I got nominated 3 times. Like you can keep on refining your portfolio and keep going, you know? And so if you didn't win state the first time, try it again.
Yeah, no
Try
shame.
it again. There's
This
no
is not
shame.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think most state associations want more applicants.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you want to go for it, like nominate yourself. There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
Imagining a colleague or some teacher that you've worked with before, like a real person, even if you don't think that person is currently like ready to compete, do you think it would still be valuable for them to be encouraged, nominated, encouraged, and put together a portfolio because of that professional growth, that reflective thinking on their practices, the documentation of student work, connecting it to ACTFL's 5 C's? Do you think that would be a valuable learning growth experience just as a professional, even if you don't think that they're, let's say, anywhere near winning like a state level teacher of the year winner material yet, but that it would help them grow as a professional to have that reflection opportunity?
Yeah, I think it would depend on the type of teacher and their how ready they are to receive feedback and how they could jump back, be resilient if they were to not win. If some teachers may be more fragile, I guess, like they would.
Yeah. Do you have the emotional bandwidth at this
exactly.
time? How's
at
that?
this time?
Okay.
Yeah, emotional bandwidth at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone is eager to grow and they love getting feedback, I would say like go for it. Why not? But if someone's more like self-cautious and lacks confidence and really is hard on themselves, that where they would really feel like they can't get back up, then I would probably just hold off until that teacher has built up even more experience, so they have more confidence.
Maybe they want to grow.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned feedback. Did you get feedback in those times in Hawaii when you were declined?
No.
So they didn't like say, well, this and this.
I was told like, you have to try again. I love your portfolio. You have to submit it again. And that was actually really good advice, because had I won Hawaii the first time after, I don't know, 5 years of teaching, that just wasn't ready to win SW Colt. And I'm really glad that, I got turned down, because it helped me realize like it's not the end of the world. And I got turned down again. Second time, like, I don't know if I want to do this again, but if people nominate me again, like, sure, you know what I mean? Like, it was a good experience. Like, not at least for me, my mindset is always like, if you don't win, that doesn't mean that you lost. It's a learning experience, and do your best to seek out feedback.
Like you said, like normalizing multilingualism.
Yes.
Same. How about normalizing people not winning the first time, or not,
normalize running.
Normalize running. Yeah, normalize trying and continuing to try.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, like, I can't go anymore. Like, this is
Now you're topped up. Yes.
I topped up.
And we have terminal degrees. Did they call your PhD a terminal degree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, oh wow, I didn't realize
Can I
Choice
still
of words.
grow?
Choice of words there.
Yes. But then I've met people that have 2 PhDs.
Whoa.
I can't believe it. So anyway, not for you either.
No.
apparently.
I am very exhausted from the whole process, but am so glad I went through all the preparation and to be part of a cohort that's so amazing.
Can you speak more on being part of that cohort?
The cohort, ACTFL did a really great job where they wanted us to form a connection with just the 5 of us before we got to meet in person. And I don't know, like the personalities of my cohort, we were just so excited to share about our vacations over the summer, and we didn't really know each other. We were like sharing about each other and just asking each other like, hey, did you guys, how's the portfolio process going, And it was just interesting to have like friends who are eager to be friends with you, and you feel the same way, but you have never met. You haven't gone through like peeling up the onion, like really knowing who they are, but then you're like being very vulnerable and asking about like the process. And then when we met in person, it was such a nice bond, because when you talk to them, it's like they're all so friendly and so like passionate about what they do. And we had lunch together, and we all shared like our favorite quotes and like why. And before we walked off on stage, we talked about like, it doesn't matter, we have to trust the selection process and celebrate each other, whoever wins. And we all had that connection of like, we're here to celebrate each other. And when Nate won, it was I can't speak for everyone else, but I do feel that everyone was so happy for him.
It seemed like I was
yes,
it felt like it was a positive, really
absolutely
happy vibe. They all stood up.
Yeah.
So and let's say Nate's full name so that we have
Nathan Campbell.
Nathan Campbell. And
he's from Pennsylvania. Yeah.
I thought, is that Northeast?
Yeah, Northeast
too. Yeah, Northeast region is where he's from.
Yeah, I want to name the other ones too. There's Stephanie Below Donaldson, Rachel Benson, and Dan Call.
Yeah, thank you. Good. I mean, it's an exciting thing to see each year, and to be able to know some of the folks who have gotten to that level has been really
so ACTFL kind of wants the culture to be like, it's really hard to select like one winner, and so they want to celebrate all of us. It's like having 5 winners. So they invited us back next year in San Antonio to present together. So
yeah, I saw there was one this year too.
Yeah, so today, like after we attended one of the sessions with the 2025 ACTFL Teacher of the Year presenters, we like gathered and like, okay, what are we doing next year? What topic do we want? Like, it was just really cool that we're just ready to be, get back together and like think of ways to contribute and share with what we know, or our journey with the audience.
Yeah. And then too, there are other ways in which I think some of those prior finalists and award winners have been involved in presenting, or not necessarily presenting, but like in selecting future award winners, as I understand it.
This year, I think it's the first year where they wanted to find ways to involve previous toys Teacher of the Year. So there's 5 each year, and this is 20th year, I think. So there's about 100 now toys, and so they want to find ways to involve previous regional winners. So they've invited one from each region to be part of the award selection committee. And the head, the chair was William Lee, who was the ACTFL toy, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. So that in the future, I might be invited to be part of that committee.
Yeah, very cool.
But it's a really cool experience. It would be really cool to be in that role, to like empower teachers and just really learn about their journey. But I can't imagine having to select someone. It's hard.
Very difficult, I'm sure. Yeah. And then we may have derailed you from telling us the final step then, from Southwest Cult selection to being an ACTFL. Was there another set of steps to prepare for that, or was
the formatting?
Okay. So similar items.
And then I'm SW Cult. They are very supportive of whoever was selected. And so a bunch of people reached out to me and wanted to give me feedback on my portfolio. And I shared my portfolio with lots of folks, and they gave me feedback. And I did my practice interview with Nandi Lalagos, who was an SW Cult winner 2 years ago. And I practiced my policy speech with her as well. And the policy speech for ACTFL was 5 to 7 minutes, so it was a little bit longer than SW Cults. So we were told that they shared like a set of questions with us ahead of time, but not all of those questions were asked at the actual interview. And so it was really good to like be able to think through deeply all these questions and what your response would be. So again, that process deepened my understanding of like my stance and understanding of language, the value of language education. So again, a lot of stress in preparation, but well worth it. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's very cool. Why don't we wrap up with like some main takeaways, either from this conversation or from what you think are like the main best parts of your whole journey from state winner to regional winner to being involved in the selection process. So you can repeat some stuff you just said. What are some main takeaways for the listeners?
The award process is a way to celebrate teachers and all of our hard work. And there's a lot of teachers who may not win states or regionals or even ACTFL teacher who are fantastic. So the selection process a lot of it is also luck, but it's there to celebrate all of teachers' hard work and provide a pathway for growth and to find leaders in our field who can continue to advocate to have the platform to advocate for language education. So I would say it's a great way to empower teachers. So go and find out if your region or your state has an award and go nominate someone you know who wants to grow, and don't be ashamed to nominate yourself. Go for it, take risks. That's what we do as language teachers, and you want to model that. Okay? Don't be afraid to fail, be afraid not to try. That's one of my favorite quotes from Michael Jordan.
Cool. And I think I started hearing like a theme of this. It was like awards as a professional development and growth opportunity, not as a comparison or competition. This is about
You
the
compare
field
yourself
that
to
we are
yourself.
all
Yep,
in.
yep, mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
And being the best, finding a way to like be the best teacher you can be by reflecting on your past, your practices.
Yeah.
As a metaphor, even an Olympic runner, to prepare for the Olympics, they have to practice and get better and better and better so that they're competitive. And you can look at just the end as the product and say, oh, did they win or lose? But really, like that great value in the preparation for the big game
Mhm.
is a place for growth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and also if you are running or something, I want to share that focus on what you can control, like your circle of influence, like your preparation. When you're done, it's out of your control, and whatever the outcome is, I would just celebrate whoever's there, and don't be too hard on yourself, and just do your best. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're already a winner for challenging yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. Well,
Very cool.
okay.
Thank you so much, you guys, for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, loved
Thanks
it.
for joining us. Yeah.
And there's another episode we had early with Ngan. I want to say it was the first season, maybe it was episode 6 or so,
Okay.
on teacher development, teacher
Mhm.
training, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think we actually waved in some of the same themes, I think, indirectly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Well, I have been Dr. Reed Riggs.
And Diane Neubauer.
Ngan-Ha Ta.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so
That-
much. That was really
that was
great.
awesome.
Yeah.